Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you know I switched that up too. That's tomorrow. Yeah, I switched that up. Yeah.
So what's today?
Today we're going to be talking about 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I had to pull an audible because of the way yesterday went. It was so well. We had such an amazing time.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. If you're coming on, welcome to the Ramonepreston show.
You sound good, Dad.
We are live in the His house. This is the day that the Lord has made. All of my Facebook tribe members, all of my YouTube tribe members. If you were Elon Musk on Mars, shout out to you today. We're getting ready to have an amazing time. We're getting ready to have an amazing discussion. And for those of you that are coming on, I want you to please, if you would be so kind, to hit that like button, to hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody, and let them know Prophet Ramonepreston and the Ramonepreston show is live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. As you see with the view behind me, we are moving and shaking out here today. And that's what I want to see all of you do as we prepare to bring this first quarter of 2020 to a close and prepare for the second quarter. Oh, 2020, it's 2021. I'm talking about 2020. I was thinking about 2020 today because I thought, wow, 1 year ago this month we were quarantined.
Yes.
But the crazy thing is everybody else was quarantined and we were still coming into the office because of the type of work that we do, because of the type of service that we provide. We actually had vouchers. There was some type of certificates that they gave us last year to go onto certain properties because they considered us essential workers. It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365-day-a-year service that we provide, especially when you're working on a lot of these properties. So good afternoon, everyone. I hope all of you are doing amazing. This is the day that the Lord has made. Again, welcome to the Ramonepreston show. Every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m. or unless I'm a few minutes late, we come to you. We do our best to come to you every Monday through Friday at 12 p.m., giving you education, information, heightening your awareness, inspiring you, informing you on the most important aspects of financial literacy, of entrepreneurship, of business ownership, of investments, of family legacy wealth building. That's what my assignment is, at least at this juncture of my life. It's something that I've done for years behind the scenes because my ministry behind the pulpit was in front of the scene, and so now we've switched that position, and most of the ministry work that I do as an apostle and as a prophetic pioneer is behind the scenes with other leaders and ministers and organizational managers. And now what I'm doing in the economic arena is in front of the public eye. And so we want to use this platform as an opportunity to help you take your finances, your business, your ministry, whatever your entrepreneurial endeavors are, to the next level. And so today, by the way, yesterday we had an amazing discussion on our show. It was centered around how to turn your hustle into a holding company. So for all of y'all that have an issue with the word hustler and you don't think that built into your DNA is a hustler, you might need to go back and rewatch or watch the show yesterday, because we talked about what a hustler is, how hustling actually looks, and most of us, especially in the faith community, are hustlers by nature. By default, we're hustlers. We are individuals who are very enterprising in our nature, and we have a determination to succeed. That's what a hustler is, an enterprising individual who's determined to succeed. A hustler is a go-getter. So if you're doing anything outside of your primary source of income, and that thing that you're doing is for the purpose of you generating more income, more revenue, more money in your life, that's actually classified as a hustle. And so it's very important for you to learn how to properly turn that hustle into a holding company, or in other words, into a business system that can actually create a foundation for a legacy of wealth and success for you and for your family. So we're going to tie what we talked about in today, because I want to talk to you today about the 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make. The 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make. And guess what? Everything that I talk about on all of the shows, but particularly on this show today, is built into my personal playbook, which is called our Blueprint Game Plan. It is a 5-step wealth building system that provides people like you with online education and training on the most important aspects of these subjects that are centered around biblical economics. So if you feel like, wow, I need more of this information, or I need to tap into the tactics and the practices of the principles that Prophet Ramone is talking about, guess what? You don't have to look any further. All you have to do is reach out to us by texting us the word blueprint at 404-478-7213. We're actually launching a 1-year coaching program for an exclusive group of high-performing, dedicated, determined individuals like you. This 1-year business coaching program comes with a free ultimate blueprint game plan program. So if you choose to pass up on the blueprint game plan program itself because you don't feel comfortable being a do-it-yourselfer in terms of your education and training, you can always elect to be a part of our 1-year coaching program, where myself, my team, my entire organizational enterprise will be supporting you, undergirding you, walking you through play-by-play to your success. And my goal is to take everyone that's in this 1-year coaching program to 6 figures and beyond. So if that's something that you're interested in, instead of texting blueprint to the number, text coaching to 404-478-7213. So whether you want the blueprint game plan, which is where I'm taking the content that I'm sharing with you today on these 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make, or whether you want that and coaching, you could text blueprint or coaching or both to 404-478-7213. If they text both of them, you'll just know they want all of it. Right. Just text, I want it all. I want it all, Prophet Ramone. I need the blueprint. I need the game plan. I need the coaching. I need the consultant. You might need a job. Now, I don't know about that, but you just text one of the words, and we're going to get back with you as soon as possible. And for those of you that are just so fascinated with what we're talking about on the show, and you have never had an opportunity, even though I'm working on some technological advances, but you can still feel free to call in while I'm live on the show. I've got my phone right in front of me, and you can dial with your question 678-922-1963, extension 1. If you dial that number with a question, I'll answer your question live. I always give a disclaimer now, because you know I'm from the hood. I might be a little bougie and sophisticated in what I talk about, but I'm still from the hood, which means my disclaimer is if you call live and I put you on speakerphone and you capping, acting a fool, when I click on you, I'm going to hang up on you, because we ain't got time for no games. We ain't playing no games. We ain't dealing with trolls. All right, so for those of you that have questions that you just would like to ask me personally while we're live on the show, all jokes aside, you know I'm just kidding, I want you to dial 678-922-1963, extension 1. 678-922-1963, extension 1. That phone call is going to come directly to me, to this phone. It's going to route to my cell phone. I'm going to answer it, and we're going to welcome you on the show, get your name and your location, and we're going to answer whatever question that you have. So the 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make. Commitment number one is your commitment to planning. Your commitment to planning. Your commitment to planning. The first commitment that every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to planning. You see, I love taking notes even when I'm talking because I get revelation as I talk. And so I like to write little things down while I talk because I'm a note taker, I'm a good listener, I'm an observer, and I want to live by the principles that I teach and that I learn while I teach. So the first of the 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make is what? Your commitment to planning. Your commitment to planning. Now, before I get into some of the details of how important your commitment to planning is, let me go back to something that we talked about. Don't start that. My screen went out. Don't start nothing. It won't be nothing today. Dale. Miss Dale. Tighten up, Miss Dale. So before I get into the details of your commitment to planning, let me go back to something I said yesterday, which is real good. Your commitment cannot be to your craft as much as it is to the process of learning. So commitment is very, very important. A lot of people are committed to their craft. And when I say your craft, I'm talking about to your idea about what you think business is, your idea of what you think ministry is, your idea of what you think your life should be. So even if you're not an entrepreneur, these 5 commitments can apply to any area of your life. You could be a stay-at-home parent. You could be an entrepreneur. You could be an employee. You can be on a fixed income. Wherever you are on the broad spectrum of economics, you still have to implement and execute these 5 commitments. And your commitment is not centered around a craft or an ideal or something that you have developed in your mind based on what you think life should be. Your commitment has to be to the process of learning so that you can become a better version of yourself. And so that you can enhance the quality of those areas of your life that you know do not match up to what God's best is. So whether that's your finances, whether it's your church, whether it's your nonprofit, whether it's a product or service that you want to introduce to the market, whether it's your credit, whether it's your investments, whether it's your business or your legacy, whatever it is, God has a standard. And that standard is held up by Him, and it is lived up by you through your commitment to certain processes. And so the first commitment that you, especially as an entrepreneur, have to make is your commitment to planning. So what exactly is your commitment to planning? Well, planning, listen to this, reflects your commitment to expanding your think and your reach. Planning reflects your commitment to expanding your think and your reach, as well as setting goals big enough to create attainable timelines and implement daily action steps. I know that might have went over your head, but I'm gonna give it to you again for free so you can bring it into context for where you are right now. So my commitment to planning, your commitment to planning, it reflects my commitment to expanding my think. That means I gotta think bigger. So you can't just be thinking about how you gonna make it through this week financially. How you going to make it through April economically. How are you going to find 2 or 3 people to sell your product and your service to? You have to expand your think beyond that. And when you expand your think, now you can set goals that are bigger than where your current circumstances are. This is what planning is about. So whether it's financial planning, whether it's business planning, whether it's ministry planning. You have to have goals that are big enough, watch this, to keep your commitment ignited. Because remember this, your commitment provokes your creativity. So that's why when a lot of people tell me, this is a good point for somebody, when a lot of people tell me, I'm having a hard time being focused. You know, I hear a lot of people say, I'm having a hard time being focused. I need help getting focused. You know what I often tell them? You don't have a focus problem, you have a goal problem. Your goals are not big enough. Because when your goals are big enough, now you have to plan very strategically in order to work towards obtaining the results that you have set in those goals. See, remember, if you have a goal, that means you want to reach 6 figures in 12 months. Let's say for those of you that are joining our 1-year coaching program, well, one of your financial goals, unless you've already reached it, one of your financial goals, I'm making that a mandate. Everybody that joins this 1-year coaching program, I'm making sure that one of their financial goals is 6 figures in 12 months.
Come on.
So that means, watch this, I've got to take them out to April of 2022. And as far as their financial goal is concerned, I've got to show them you need to hit 6 figures, at least $100,000. So now watch what happens. Because they are committed to a financial goal that they have set in stone, now they got to come back to April in 2021 and they've got to plan according to a goal that's bigger than their current circumstance.
Yeah.
So your commitment to planning reflects your commitment to expanding your think and your reach. So now you ain't just right here talking about, man, I just need to get out of debt. I just need to get my credit score up. I just need to get a couple extra dollars. Your think is too small. And most of the time you don't get focused on it and you don't stay, watch this, consistent with it because your plans are based on goals that are too small. So planning reflects your commitment to expanding your think and your reach, as well as setting big enough goals to create attainable timelines and implement daily action steps. So that means when I am committed to plan, my plans are based on goals that were big enough to get me excited. See, if you can wrap your mind around making $100,000 minimum just within the next 12 months, and then you can reverse engineer that $100,000 and come back to April 2021 and realize that in order for me to hit that goal in 12 months, I've got to reach $8,800 every month beginning in April of 2021. And in order for me to hit that $8,800, that means every 7 days I've got to hit about $2,200. And in order for me to hit that $2,200 the first week of April, the second week of April, the third week, the fourth week, and for 52 weeks consecutively, I've got to have a plan that matches that goal. So now my commitment to that plan provokes my creativity. So the first commitment every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to planning. I know this sounds simple, but listen, there are a whole lot of people who are having financial problems. They having business issues, which means their business ain't making enough money, at least not enough money to take care of them and to afford them a salary that they don't have to be preoccupied with other things. If they have a ministry that's not generating revenue for them to be able to do what it is that they want to do for their congregation or for their community, it's a goal issue. And that's why the planning doesn't work. Because when you're committed to planning, that means you've been committed to what? You've been committed to what I just mentioned. You've been committed to expanding your think and your reach. So now I got to think bigger. I got to think bigger, because if you wrote all your debts down, if you wrote all your expenses down, and if your debts and expenses totaled a certain dollar amount every 30 days or every 90 days, or every 6 months or every year, however you calculate it. Let's just say every 30 days. Your goal has to be beyond the reach and the scope of what your debts and your expenses are. So that means if I need $5,000 a month just to pay my debts and to pay my current expenses and to at least have a little wiggle room to start working on my business or start developing my ministry, if it takes $5,000 to do that, my goal needs to be bigger than 5,000. That means my planning has to be bigger than $5,000 planning. That means my daily actions and my practices and my habits have to change to reflect not what I'm dealing with in regards to my expenses and my debts, but what I want to get to with regards to my goals. That's why my planning and my commitment to that planning is so very important. So the first commitment every entrepreneur must make is what? Your commitment to planning. Now this is going to be a big one here, because the second commitment every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to, don't cut me off. Don't cut me off, please. Don't cut me off when I say this. Don't click end. Please don't turn me down. The second commitment every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to profits. And I'm not talking about PROPHET like Prophet Ramone. Your commitment to profits in terms of income, revenue, getting the bag. I'm always talking about getting that bag. You done built your whole philosophy around that.
Yeah.
Everybody around me needs to have that philosophy, because you now have a better understanding that getting profits is a part of your purpose. It's not for the purpose of profits. It's the profits for a purpose. So your commitment to planning is the first commitment. Your commitment to profits is your second commitment. Your commitment to profits. Every entrepreneur must make a commitment to profits. So what do you mean by that? Here it goes. Your commitment to profits reflect your commitment to prioritizing sales and revenue. Oh my God, I could just stay right here for a whole show. If y'all have any questions, please call 678-922-1963 extension 1. 678-922-1963 extension 1. I have people that are watching the comments. If you have a question in the comments, I can't see any of the comments. I have too many screens in front of me. I got too many things going on. So you're going to have to just either drop the question in the comments, take good notes, or dial the number 678-922-1963 extension 1. The second commitment every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to profits. What do you mean, Prophet Ramone? If it ain't PROPHET, if it ain't my commitment to a profit, it's to a PROFIT. That means it reflects your commitment to prioritizing sales and revenue. Your commitment to prioritizing sales and revenue. Let me give you an example. If we were in one of our mastermind sessions, I would have a whiteboard. I could show you some diagrams and make it easier for you. Even in the blueprint game plan, I have PowerPoints to show you some of these things so that you have a better idea of what it looks like. But let me give an example just with your imagination. If you work on a job, your financial statement from that job is called a pay stub. Your pay stub has gross revenue on the top. In the middle, it has taxes and Medicaid and insurance and 401ks and all the things that you are paying out of your gross pay. And then the bottom of that line has net take-home pay. So you have gross, you got taxes, Medicaid, Medicare insurance, retirement plans, and then you have your net pay. Well, the financial statement of a business is not a pay stub. So when you have a business, whether it's a nonprofit or a for-profit, because nonprofits have profit and loss statements too. Nonprofits have financial statements too. Nonprofits require revenue to continue to exist and do what they do too. But whether it's a nonprofit or if it's just a for-profit business, even if you're an entrepreneur, a solopreneur, a sole proprietor, self-employee, whether you are working a QuickBooks or financial accounting system or not, you still have a top line revenue. So your financial statement as a business owner starts with sales, revenue. If you look at any financial statement of a business, you see sales and revenue. That's the gross income. In between, you don't have taxes. You don't have Medicaid. You don't have Medicare. You don't have retirement plans like pay stubs do. You have expenses. And then the bottom, you have the net operating income. Some call it in real estate the NOI, or it's just the net before taxes or before some of those other outside expenses. But my point in bringing that up is when you understand profits and you are committed to profits, you are committing yourself to prioritizing sales and revenue, or what is more important on that top of the line of your financial statement. A lot of entrepreneurs, they get caught up in all the expenses. So now that's why you hear a lot of people say, well, I just got to get a better budget. I got to learn to save more and to go lower on my expenses, when that's not necessarily where your commitment should be. Your commitment should be to increase sales. Your commitment should be to increase revenue. You shouldn't be trying to be this committed master and expert at minimizing your expenses. There are other people that you should have in your circle who are committed to other things outside of you and your business getting that bag. Because when I meet an entrepreneur, I know what I'm saying is true. When I meet an entrepreneur that's not committed to profits, guess what I'm meeting? I'm meeting somebody that's got a good idea on paper who ain't making no money. Because if you're not committed to sales and profits, you're not making no money. My business is going to make money. You know why? Because I am committed to sales. I am committed to revenue. I'm committed to focusing on that top of the line of my financial statement. All the stuff in the bottom, all the stuff in the middle, all the bills, all the expenses, trying to figure out how I can lower this and how I can decrease that. You can't be trying to bring certain financial philosophies from your personal life as an employee, listening to certain people who teach certain financial strategies and bring that into running a business or being an entrepreneur. It don't work like that. As a matter of fact, entrepreneurs understand that the reason why they have to make more money because they got to spend more money. Most entrepreneurs are not concerned about spending money. They spend money on everything because they know this is not just money that's being spent, it's revenue that's being reallocated. It's income from their company that's being reinvested. Even before, in a lot of cases, they pay taxes. So the reason why you see a lot of businesses scale and a lot of entrepreneurs go fast and they begin to grow at an accelerated pace is because they're trying to increase their sales, their revenue. That's the top of the line. They just try to make more exchanges. How many products can I exchange? How many services can I exchange? How many people can I get in front of? How many things that I can give to people in exchange for money? And when they get that money, they already know before they pay taxes, if they take that revenue from sales and they reallocate it, redistribute it, reinvest it back in their business, a lot of what they're putting back in their business through those pre-tax dollars will be non-taxable events. In other words, they won't even be liable at the end of the cycle to pay taxes on that money. You know why? Because it was pre-tax money reallocated, reinvested as expenses, which were non-taxable events. I know that might be a little sophisticated statement that I made, but my point is, if you are an entrepreneur, your second commitment needs to be to what? To profits. Let me read it again. Profits reflect your commitment to prioritizing sales and revenue. Profits reflect your commitment to creating multiple streams of cash flow. That means you got to take money that's coming in your business and not spend it all. So if you're an entrepreneur and you selling water bottles, you sell water bottles for $1. You can't go sell one water bottle for $1 and then take the dollar and go buy a bag of potato chips because you're hungry. You're killing your business. So even though you might be prioritizing sales and revenue by selling this one water bottle, the next point of profits is creating multiple streams of cash flow. So now I got to take as much of that dollar as I make, because if I sit on this dollar, I'm going to have to pay taxes on that dollar if I don't have any expenses or non-taxable events with this dollar. So once I exchange that water bottle, once I give it to you, and in exchange for me giving you this water bottle, you give me $1, I've got to take that dollar that's pre-taxed, okay? And I've got to decide how can I take that dollar or as much of that dollar as possible and reallocate it, reinvest it into other streams that can create more cash flow. So that now from this $1 that I made from this one water bottle, I have been able to pay whatever the expenses are, but then take a portion of that dollar and reallocate it into other streams. Because your business is like an ocean. Your business is like a big old lake. And you got streams that are flowing from that ocean, but those streams are coming not before you sell the water bottle. See, that's what a lot of people do. You got a water bottle that you selling, and you got a pool, a lake, an ocean that provides water bottles, right? But you so off focus because you don't have a plan. You don't have a goal. Now you're over here trying to sell coffee. You see that? Now you're over here trying to sell coffee. Oh, I need another stream of income. You ain't sold enough water bottles yet. So I don't need to be concerned about trying to sell coffee today if I can't sell a water bottle. Then guess what happens? You come over here and say, well, I'm going to sell glasses. I'm gonna open up a boutique for glasses, but you still ain't selling no water bottles. Then you say, you know what? I'm gonna sell writing paper. Now you're trying to sell writing paper. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna sell wallets too. Now all of a sudden you got 6 or 7, here's what you thinking, streams of income, but you still ain't selling water. Because you're not committed to, number one, what? Planning. And you're not committed to number 2, what? Profits, sales and revenue. Then creating multiple streams of cash flow, and then exploring acquisition opportunities and investing into the future. So the acquisition or the investing into the future, in other words, if I'm selling water bottles because this is my bread and butter, I got to get really good at selling this and increasing my revenue to the point that when I have extra cash flow pre-tax, I can decide, okay, what acquisition opportunities? Because maybe I don't need to start a sunglass company from scratch. Maybe I have enough money to go play with to find a sunglass company that's struggling that I can invest in and become a partner in and let them do the work, and I just reap a reward. So now your acquisition and your investing into the future comes after you create multiple streams, which all comes after what? You focus on sales and revenue of whatever your bread and butter is. So that's the second commitment every entrepreneur must make. Man, I'm giving y'all some game. If you got any questions, feel free to call in, and I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. I'm dropping bombs on y'all today. The 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make. Commitment number 1 is what? Your commitment to planning. Commitment number 2 is what? Your commitment to profits. Here's commitment number 3, your commitment to practice. Your commitment to practice. This is commitment number 3. As an entrepreneur, you must be committed to practice. What do you mean, Prophet Ramon? Here's what I mean. Your commitment to practice reflects your commitment to recruiting. I'm going to talk about this tomorrow as well. To recruiting the best people and processes that will successfully manage and maintain the day-to-day operations of your business. Man, y'all just have no idea how what I'm saying can change your business or your entrepreneurship if you actually listen to it. And this is just a show. So I'm not able to give you all the game. This is why I encourage you to be a part of our Blueprint Game Plan. All this information is in our Blueprint Game Plan. It's in there. It's virtual, online training that you can literally watch these courses from your phone, from your laptop, from your tablet while you're going to work. You could sit your phone down. You do it on YouTube. You know how many times I be watching YouTube videos in the car and I sit the phone down and just listen to it? So you can do it. Or you can just get coached by me and my team. And guess what? We're going to give you the Blueprint Game Plan for free for the course of the year. But then I'm going to personally hold you accountable. I'm going to personally walk you through it. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know this is a segue into the third commitment. But I cannot stress enough to people that I talk to how important professional business and financial coaching is. I can honestly say, y'all, I did not even know how important it was until my wife and my personal assistant brought what I do to my attention. I didn't even look at it like that. And once my wife brought it to my attention and I introduced our coaching program, I was still leery because even though we were getting clients that were responding, I was still leery because I felt like I'm a better consultant than I am a coach. And then my personal assistant, she got on the bandwagon with my wife. We need this. People need this. It's changing everybody's life. And the data, which was the responses that we were getting from our Blueprint Game Plan clients and just from people throughout the years of me coaching without even saying I was coaching them, coming back in response to the results that they got, and they basically overwhelmingly agreed that, of course, you're a coach. Just because you didn't label yourself a coach doesn't mean you're not a coach. And so I'm saying that because your commitment to this practice reflects, listen to it again, your commitment to recruiting the best people and the best processes. So when I say you have to be committed to practice, I'm not saying you committed to doing everything. Your practice is, think about it. Have you ever been to a doctor's office? Yeah. Have you? Yeah. Have you ever been to a lawyer's office? Yeah. Guess what they call those types of offices? Practices.
Wow, sure do.
So you go to a family practice doctor. You go to a law practice firm. They're called practices because they're built on the premise of bringing the best people in to give you the best experience and the best results. So when you are committed to practice as an entrepreneur, you're committed to making sure that you're recruiting the best people and the best processes, listen to this, that will successfully manage and maintain the day-to-day operations of your business. You cannot do that yourself successfully. It took me years as an entrepreneur to figure that out because I was not thinking like a business owner. I was thinking like a hustler. I was thinking like a go-getter. I was thinking like an individual who wanted to do it all himself because I wanted to keep all the crumbs from the sales and the revenue that was coming in. But when I realized that in order for me to build a sustainable business and a successful business, I had to have a commitment to planning, number one. I had to have a better commitment to profits, number two, and I had to have a commitment to practice, which means I had to be committed to recruit the best people and the best processes. So when I say people, I'm talking about I need to have a coach. And again, I got coaches, I got mentors, I got people in my life that I pour into. And even if the mentors and the people that I have in my life, even if they packaged their services and put a price tag on their services, they wouldn't even be charging me as much as I just give to them for free. Think about that. So I still have these types of coaches and these people. And guess what? There are other people outside of coaches and mentors that I have. My wife is my COO, my PA, my personal assistant. We have other independent contractors, people who are committed to helping build our organizational enterprise that are not necessarily salaried employees. They're not W-2 employees. They're independent contractors, but they work like they come here every day. They serve this company because we're not only compensating them and making sure that we support them and we serve them with the resources that we have, but we also understand that recruiting the best people requires us to take care of them like they are the best people. And now we have people and we have processes. A lot of the things that we do in our company and in our entire organization are all process-based, which means they're all automated. A lot of the stuff that you see going on is automated. It's not me or someone having to physically, manually do all of that work. You know why? Because we're committed to practice. We're committed to recruiting the best people and the best processes. So no matter how much I have to pay for a CRM, no matter how much I have to pay for a marketing system, no matter how much I have to pay for an accounting system, no matter how much I have to pay for a payroll system, no matter how much I have to pay for an automated system with anything that I'm doing on an executive level, on an operational level, on an administrative level, on a financial level, sales or marketing level, guess what? I don't mind paying people and processes because I'm committed to what? I'm committed to practice. It reflects your commitment to recruiting the best people and processes that will successfully manage and maintain the day-to-day operations of your business. So guess what? The reason why practice creates an even better opportunity for you as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, a CEO, a leader, is because you're now free to focus on what you're good at. You're free to focus on what you're best at. There are a lot of things, I'm talking about details on the day-to-day operations of our organizational enterprise, nonprofit and for-profit together. There are a lot of day-to-day operational things that have to be managed and maintained that I really don't know the details about. I don't know. I don't understand. They got to inform me. They got to tell me. You know why? Because number one, I don't care. Because my mind being the clouds, I'm trying to focus on what? Sales, revenue. I'm trying to take it to the next level. And I can't be way up there in the clouds trying to figure out how can we get more opportunities? How can we expand? How can we broaden our scope? How can we reach more people? How can we get bigger bags? And I'm around here focusing on details, managing and maintaining operational things that other people are better than me at doing it. So that's why you have to be committed to practice. The fourth commitment every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to presence. Your commitment to presence. Presence. So when I say your commitment to presence, I'm talking about your presence, like showing up presence. That's what I'm talking about. So the fourth commitment every entrepreneur must make is your commitment to presence. Listen to this. Presence reflects your commitment to personal and corporate brand identity and awareness that tells the marketplace what you do that no one else does and how you do it. Man, y'all just have no idea how big this stuff is. It took me years to figure this stuff out that I'm simplifying for y'all. It took me years to figure this stuff out. Let me give an example of how important presence is. When you listen to somebody talk about their ministry, when you listen to somebody talk about their business, have you ever just listened to somebody and it's like, oh my God, they got the best name, they got the best mission statement. If you ask them, they could tell you like in 10 words or in 20 seconds what their goal, what their mission is, what their goal is, what their strategy is. And you like, wow, man, they got that thing really, really put together. You know why? Because they worked on creating a personal and corporate brand identity and awareness that told the marketplace what they do and how they do it. So your presence is important because personally and corporately, the world, the marketplace needs to know, what do you actually do and how are you actually going to do it? Just that alone can get you more business. I guarantee at least one person is watching me right now, and you're not generating any revenue in your business. You're not selling your products and services, not because it's not good, but because we in the marketplace don't really know what you're doing and don't know how you're doing it. We don't know enough about it. We're confused. And anytime we ask you about it, you don't know what to say other than, yeah, I just like to help people. Oh, I do this, I do that. You do 20 things. And then if we ask you for a proposal or if we have some type of consultation with you, you just all over the place trying to tell me 1,000 things that you're doing. And it's like, we still don't know what you do and how you're going to actually do it. This is why your presence is important. And your presence means you are committed to making sure that you have a personal and corporate brand identity, brand awareness. This is one of the reasons why when someone sees me, depending on where they see me, it's going to give them an awareness of who I am, what I do, and how I actually do it. Not just in ministry, but also in business. So a lot of times you hear me repeat it over and over again about the blueprint game plan, about the coaching, about the consulting, about my next level network, about me as a prophet or an apostle. I communicate those things over and over again. And really, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm not just communicating it for you. I'm really communicating it for me. I'm trying to perfect it. So a lot of times I'm switching words around. I'm deleting words. I'm trying to simplify it to make it easier. I just had like 2 or 3 conversations with someone that I highly respect, my wife and this other individual, and they're successful. They're professionals. They are geniuses when it comes to certain aspects of business and marketing. And I sent them a new version of a program that I put together, and I was asking them to critique it, to listen to it, to overview it as a person who doesn't know me, and give me your honest feedback. And the feedback they gave me was honest, but it was really, really good. I was surprised, but I've just been working on it. And then I got a few little nuances from the feedback that I needed to tweak and change. I tweaked it and changed it. They went back and looked at it, and they was like, oh, that's perfect. That's beautiful. You know why? Because I am committed to presence. I am committed to presence. What do you mean you're committed to presence? I am committed to creating a personal and corporate brand identity and awareness that tells the market what I do that no one else does. What do you do, Ramon, that no one else does? What do you do? What does Ramonepreston University do that no one else does? Provides online virtual education and training for ministry and marketplace leadership. I'm doing both all at the same time. So you can learn to speak in tongues and prophesy while learning to do an investment deal. You can learn how to create a ministry, start a church on that platform, and you can learn how to create a holding company. 2 different worlds, but that's what I do, ministry and marketplace training. That's what Ramonepreston University is about. What does Ramonepreston brand do? Well, Ramonepreston brand gives you a lifestyle from a faith perspective. So we're showing you that the next level is not just some statement that we're making. We're showing you that the next level reflects a mindset, a lifestyle through the clothes that we wear. So every time you see me wearing something that say next level, I'm wearing my faith. I'm wearing my beliefs and what I know God can do in your life. So you got to work on those things. You got to tweak those things. And you do it by being committed to what? Presence. Here's the fifth commitment every entrepreneur must make. Man, this has been good. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. So we've had 4 commitments every entrepreneur must make so far. The first commitment was what? Planning. The second commitment was what? Profits. The third commitment was practice. And the fourth commitment was presence. And the fifth commitment is production. Production. Every entrepreneur must be committed to production. Every entrepreneur must be committed to production. What does production mean? Production reflects or means, however you want to word it, your commitment to, listen to this, marketing your brand and business by using produced media as your information-based platform. The reason why I'm doing a show Monday through Friday at 12 o'clock noon, literally giving you game and information that I could be selling. I got other things I could be doing with my time. I could be making sales. I could be making money. I could use this hour or so that I'm on here Monday through Friday by doing other things. But you know why I'm not doing those other things and I'm doing this? Because I'm committed to production. I'm committed to the fifth P in these 5 commitments. Because my production reflects my commitment to marketing my brand and my business. So how am I marketing my brand and my business through the Ramonepreston Show? By using produced media. Produced media. Now, it might not be the best production, but it's still produced media. I'm using produced media as my information-based platform. Let me give you an example, because a lot of y'all missing this. Because I be watching people on social media. And a lot of people, they always throwing up advertisements on their business. Oh, we got a sale. 50% off. 30% off. Advertising is good, but guess what? Producing media as your information-based platform is even better. So that means the Ramonepreston Show is producing media as an information-based platform, but I'm also marketing my business. Because if you want more of what I'm saying, you have to connect with my business. You have to exchange money for what I have, for more information, for more training, for coaching, for consulting. If you want to be a part of a mastermind, if you need services in real estate, if you need investment support, if you want to be a part of our network, these are all things that I am marketing as a brand and as a business, but I'm marketing it through this platform that's giving you free information. So whatever industry you're in, listen to me, whatever industry you're in, the fifth commitment of production requires you to produce media to give people information that's connected to the business you're in. So if you're in the apparel business and if you're selling polyester, then you need to inform people on why polyester is better than certain forms of cotton. If you are landscaping, you should have a show around landscaping. You should be producing media to explain the different types of soils, to explain the different types of grass, to explain the different types of blades on lawnmowers and how each blade does something different. You should be telling people how to sharpen their blades. You should be talking about where to go to get a better weed eater. If you're in the transportation business, you drive trucks or you got a taxi, you need to be explaining why your personal transportation service is better than Uber and what personal touches that distinguish you from Uber. If you selling food, you need to explain to people why they should come to your plaza and buy something rather than go to DoorDash. And you need to be educating people on certain ingredients So why do you use what do you call that sugar in the brown thing? Sugar in the raw. Why do you use sugar in the raw as opposed to other restaurants that use bleached sugar? Why you use certain flour rather than the Pillsbury flour? Why do you saute your salmon as opposed to other people putting it in an oven? You need to, but if you're educating people, guess what? You're using produced media as a platform. Other than, hey, my name is Ramon. I got a deal today, and I just want y'all to know, you can get 20% off. Call me now. Call me now. Ain't nobody thinking about you, bro. Ain't nobody thinking about you, sis. But if Ramon can come on through a platform and produce media to inform people, come on, Deli, and to educate people without the screen going out every 30 minutes. Hey, we working on the media. We working on it. At some point, I'm gonna have a board up here where we gonna Dave Ramsey and Susie Orman them. You know what I mean? We're gonna be doing what the guru's doing, but it's gonna take time. But at least I'm not afraid. My wife was saying earlier she was excited about this show and this lesson, and she was like, you did such a great job yesterday with you trying to use new software and stuff. And I was like, yeah, and she was like, I'm just proud of you. And I said, I appreciate it, but I don't really care if I got glitches and everything, because I started with a phone. I remember I used to just do stuff with a phone sitting in front of me. So the fact that we got software, we got HD, 4K cameras, we got lights, we got a little studio and all that, it's a blessing. To God be the glory. Those are the 5 commitments every entrepreneur must make. Commitment number 1 is what? Your commitment to planning. Commitment number 2 is your commitment to profits. Commitment number 3 is your commitment to practice. Commitment number 4 is your commitment to presence. And commitment number 5, your commitment to production. All of this information is in our Blueprint Game Plan program. My Blueprint Game Plan program is a 5-step wealth building system that I have personally put together. All of the hundreds of courses, video-based courses that are in this Blueprint Game Plan program are facilitated by me. I'm the only facilitator of this entire program. And within this Blueprint Game Plan program, not only do we give you 5 steps to walk you through the wealth building process, but with each of these 5 steps that we give you, there are corresponding courses that I personally recommend to show you how to complete each step. So if you go through our Blueprint Game Plan manual and you see the 5 steps, each of those steps have a breakdown to show you this is what you need to do and how you need to do it in order to complete that step. And then each step has course recommendations to show you what courses you need to go learn on our training platform so that you can complete that step, so you could go to the next step. And each step walks you through the wealth building process. You could be on a fixed income, you could be between jobs, you could be broke as a joke, you could be like I used to be, without a pot to pee in or when to throw it out. And you can go from nothing to everything in these 5 steps through this Blueprint Game Plan program. Our signature Blueprint Game Plan program is called our Ultimate All-in-One Blueprint Game Plan. The Ultimate All-in-One provides you with every training program, every course that we have on our university platform. That means you get all of our programs on financial literacy, all of our programs on entrepreneurship. You get our program on starting and structuring a holding company with tutorials to walk you through the do-it-yourself process where you can start your own holding company. You get all of our programs on real estate investing, both residential and commercial, and you're going to get our new upcoming program that is going to be centered around family legacy wealth building. And there are a lot of other programs and courses that we have in our Blueprint Game Plan. Courses on goal setting. We have an entire goal setting course. We have courses on how to pivot in the pandemic. We have courses on how to package your products. We have courses on network marketing, independent contracting. We have courses on other economic aspects that you need to learn in order to build a legitimate ministry. We have an entire course on how to start and structure a church or a nonprofit organization. A lot of people in the faith community that are entrepreneurs or business owners at some point want to have a foundation. They want to have a nonprofit. I've helped tons of people. I can't even tell you how many, probably a couple thousand people within the last 18 years. I've helped build and literally structure nonprofits and for-profits and everything in between. I've helped start and structure CDCs, which are considered community development corporations. All of this information and more, because we add new courses and new modules to our Blueprint Game Plan, which comes absolutely free. As long as you're on the program, you get access to everything that we add new. If you would like to be a part of our one-year coaching program that starts within the next week or so, we're going to go from April 2021 to April 2022. It's going to be 52 weeks of one-on-one coaching sessions, conference call coaching sessions, virtual training coaching sessions, group coaching masterminds. There are going to be some virtual homework assignments, and we're going to give you access to our ultimate all-in-one Blueprint Game Plan. So you can actually bypass purchasing the Blueprint Game Plan and go directly to being a part of our one-year coaching program. It's going to be one of the most transformational things that you and the others who are already committed will ever experience. And I can honestly say this, whether it's me or anyone else. If you are looking to be financially free, if you have dreams and desires to create wealth, be a millionaire, or anything in between, at some point in your life, you have to do yourself the favor. You have to give yourself that gift of experiencing professional business and financial coaching. You have to. It's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. My personal assistant is sitting right beside me. I know my wife, she might be watching me. There are people who know me, who are close to me, know. Number one, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to cap. I don't have time to lie and cap. It is what it is with me. My life is an open book. You can Google me. So it ain't nothing that I can hide anyway. But they can all tell you, just since we started this coaching program, we're talking about, it ain't even been a year. I think I launched it initially in September or October of 2020 because I just didn't think it was a need for it. I love to consult people. I love to start and structure and help scale businesses and ministries. I like the foundation part. I like the building part. I like the strategy part. I love that. I like getting into the meat of things and really creating something out of nothing, because it took me so long and so much learning and self-education to figure all these things out. I love helping people break through those mental, financial, and corporate barriers. But my point in bringing that up is, since we've launched our coaching program, I'm talking about a real professional business and financial coaching program, the people who are around me will all tell you, everybody, just about everybody, the few people that we have coached, I'm talking about real coach. One couple that we've coached, we coached them for 90 days, and before the 90 days was up, they was like, yeah, we need another 90 days. We need that for another 90 days. And the wife, she is a coach. So when you're coaching coaches and they like, everybody needs this type of coaching. Everybody needs this. Even coaches need this, because there are a lot of people who are life coaches. There are a lot of people who are professionals. Even the other young lady that we coached and that signed up in advance, just paid it all up front. She's a professional. These are professional people. These ain't no scrubs. These people are really out there making six figures now. They doing really good. But they saw a need for professional business and financial coaching. And so for those of you as individuals, if you have roadblocks in your life, if you got barriers in your life, if you just know you stuck and you can't get past it, no matter how many books you read, no matter how many conferences you go to, no matter how many boot camps and masterminds you attend, I guarantee you it's because you need some type of coach. You need some type of coach. You need that. You need that. And you owe yourself that. You owe yourself that. And so if you would like to be a part of our 1-year coaching program, 52 weeks, 52 weeks, my goal is to take everybody in that coaching program to 6 figures and beyond. If you're already at 6 figures, we're gonna go to 7, because I'm moving on. I know where I'm headed. I know where I'm at, but I know where I'm headed, and I know as long as I continue to move in the direction that I'm going, it's no reason for me not to be able to take people with me if they're committed. So that's what commitment is all about. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you have any questions,
So you had comments.
we got comments. What are some comments do we have?
Well, somebody on Facebook.
Okay.
They love this show. It's so helpful.
Thank you.
It's very helpful.
Appreciate that. Thank you for the comments. And please, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you share our lives, share our content when you see us post it, when you see any types of marketing or advertisement that comes through your feed. Make sure you share it. We need the world to know that there are godly people, prophetic people, anointed people who are not just behind the pulpit within the 4 walls of a church, but they're godly, anointed, prophetic people who are in the marketplace that are doing amazing things, extraordinary things to help God's people get to their prophesied place. And I'm saying that on behalf of myself and many others who are in the space that I'm in, that's doing whatever they can to help God's people. So tomorrow, as a matter of fact, y'all, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, all 3 of the next shows are going to be centered around how to. You do not want to miss tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Here's what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to give y'all something for free. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to establish a credibility kit. I'm going to show you how to establish a credibility kit for your business or for your ministry, as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as an organizational executive. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to establish a credibility kit. So there are 5 essentials to establishing a credibility kit. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Thursday, I'm going to talk about how to create a business plan. If you ever wondered how to create a business plan, I'm going to show you how to create a business plan. I'm going to give you Prophet Ramone's version that worked for me, because a lot of these business plans don't even work. It's just a bunch of information. You ever seen one of them business plans with like 30 pages? You can't even take that to a bank. And then the people who give it to you, it's a template, and they say, well, just put your name there, and put your name there, and put your number there, and put your address there. And you take it to a bank, and a banker looking at you like, if you don't have several seats at your own house, not in my bank. So Thursday, we're going to talk about how to create a business plan. I'm going to show you how to create a business plan that actually works. And then Friday, this is going to be the game here, y'all. Friday, we're going to talk about how to evaluate a business. How do you evaluate a business? How do you evaluate a business? If you listening to me and you following the advice I'm giving you, you most likely you'll be a millionaire in the next 3 to 5 years. I guarantee you. I know it to be true. I know it to be true. And I can't wait until that first millionaire erupts. You might be on that list, huh? She over there like, She over there like,
Mom told me.
Yep, she did prophesy that to you. So I love y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Remember, join me tomorrow, 12 o'clock noon. Tell Lolly Dolly everybody. Love you. Have an amazing day.